Hi guys, so in this video we're just going to have a basic intro into quadratic equations. Some of the things that we touch on in this video, we'll expand on those more in the later videos, okay? This one is just meant to be a little bit of an introduction, give you a bit of background knowledge to it. So we're going to start with the equations of quadratics. We have three different ways that the equations can look. We have the general form, okay, and we tend to use the general form more when we're looking at quadratic patterns. The equation for that is we have y equals, and we have something times x squared plus something times x plus something. So those a, b, and c, those are just numbers. We then have the vertex form of the equation. We have y equals m x plus or minus some number squared. Okay, that's in brackets, and then plus or minus some number. And we have the intercept form. We have y equals m, which stands for multiplier, and then in brackets x plus or minus some number, and then another set of brackets x plus or minus some number. Now, those aren't going to make a hell of a lot of sense at this stage, but it is a good idea to write them down, get familiar with them, get familiar with the three different forms, but we will discuss those later. Just going to introduce you now to the very basic quadratic graph. The shape, or the graph, sorry, has the name of a parabola. Okay, and then sometimes we still just call it a quadratic. So a quadratic equation will give you a parabola. This equation here, excuse me, is the basic quadratic, y equals x squared. And that's just found by, if we start here, we've got x equals 0, 0 squared is just 0. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, and then same on the other side. Negative 1 squared, a minus times a minus is a positive. So negative 1 squared is 1, negative 2 squared is 4, negative 3 squared is 9, and then they're filled in that shape. I want you to also notice that the graph is symmetrical. Okay, and that the line of symmetry is where the vertex is. So the vertex is this point here, the turning point. Okay, and so in this basic graph, we can see that that y-axis is actually our line of symmetry also. Now, we can make changes to the basic graph, okay, so we can add a multiplier to that, and what the multiplier does is it changes either the width of the graph or it can change the orientation. So we'll just look at a couple of examples down here. This one here, y equals a quarter, or 0.25 x squared. What you'll notice is that if you've got a fraction in front of x squared, a fraction less than 1, is that our graph has gotten wider. Go down to this one here. This one was y equals 2x squared. So now we've got a number greater than 1 in front of x, and our graph has got skinnier. And then one last one. This one here is y equals negative 1, but we don't tend to write the 1, so just negative x squared, and the graph has now turned upside down. Okay, and then same thing, like if we'd had y equals negative 2x squared, we have this graph up here, but upside down. Okay, so if we've ever got a negative in front of the x squared, the graph's been turned upside down. That's really all you need to know for your introduction. Moving on now, our next video we're going to have a look at writing the equation of graphs using the vertex form.